Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Friday, April 30th, 2021. What a gorgeous day out there and a spectacular weekend on the way as we welcome you into Talking Fitchburg here on a Friday night. Hope you had a great day, great week, and ready for those warm temperatures coming up this weekend. Might even touch 80 again tomorrow. A little breezy, though. It's been breezy, and I don't know, depending where you were yesterday when that rain and stuff came through. We took a bike ride last night before the rain. We got a little rain up by us, and it was like biking into like 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Like, it was miserable. So I'm hurting today from that excessive biking, and even did less of it, but it felt like it was longer because it's just pedaling straight in the wind. And I pulled my kids in a cart behind. Whew, that was dragging as well. So it was it's something, and that's the type of breeze we'll see tomorrow, it sounds like. So be ready for that. We got a busy show for you here coming up. We'll talk about the Amazon scam. We've heard from DATCP that there are plenty of scams going around, and one of those are the Amazon. So we're going to replay the talk we had with BBB, Better Business Bureau. Tiffany will be here telling us about one of the many scams coming from or being used through Amazon, not the corporation, but the thieves. We'll talk about all that coming up. Plus, we've got our friend from the Fitchburg Star, and now I'm drawing a blank. Some friend, Kimberly. Thanks, Andrew. I had a total brain fart there. Kimberly is going to be here with us as well. Friend of the show, can't remember her name. Kimberly will be here to give us an update. Wow, I'm off to a good start. Well, let's just get into the headlines before I train wreck this whole thing. We start with this, with some great news to kick off here. The path is now going to be open as of tomorrow. This is, it says here, we'll have gravel pass along the east side of Fish Hatchery Road, connecting the Glacier Valley, connecting to Glacier Valley to the overpass. So bikers, you know, there's been a detour and you haven't been able to use that overpass. So you'll be able to use that starting tomorrow. Just be cautious when you're crossing through the construction zone there. I don't know if there'll be activity there tomorrow, but this is gravel, so you want to be extra careful. Users will now be able to access, again, the overpass cross over Fish Hatchery Road as well. So good news there. That project moved right along because, well, we didn't get a lot of rain this week. So that's a good thing. Speaking of construction and events and biking and everything else, Kids Building Wisconsin event is coming back to the Mckee Farms Park this year, a little bit further back. I give some time, make sure that things are open. And this is set for September 11th. That's a Saturday. And it'll be again at Mckee Farms Park. The event will run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And they are encouraging here. It says they are encouraging you to register. So registering and make sure you register for your kids. There's going to be a lot of fun events happening there, of course. So you can come out and see that. And again, you want to register to get tickets for this event. There will be a very limited parking at Mckee Farms Park as well. So be on the lookout for that. So a little bit different setup this year. So I do want to make sure that you have all of that. You know it's coming up, and you do want to register for that event. All right, another event happening at Mckee Farms Park is the Concerts at Mckee. This is coming back this year as well, and we have the dates for you. It'll be Monday, June 21st, Monday, July 19th, and Monday, August 6th. We'll give you the which bands will be coming out a little bit later. Very excited for that, so hopefully you can come out and enjoy your social distancing, your picnic, and just great music again, getting back to some normalcy here. And that's one event that I'm looking forward to. It's a very fun event if you haven't been out to it. Very relaxing evening, even for us who are working and filming it. Easy night for us. We enjoy it very much. All right, the latest data is in for the snapshot here in Dane County, and it's looking pretty good, right? Cases were stable during this 14-day period. Over the past 4 weeks, cases have decreased among ages 30 to 39 and 50 to 59 and remain stable among all other age groups, including children. Nearly 60% of all Dane County residents have at least one dose of the vaccine, which is the highest in the state. Among the eligible 16-plus population in Dane County, 72% have received at least one dose. So congratulations, everybody here in Dane County and Fitchburg. We appreciate that you have gotten vaccinated and helping open things back up here in Dane County, which is really a good thing. All right, finally, talking about trees and Happy Arbor Day, it says here from the DOT, it's a great day to get out and plant a tree. In WSDOT, yeah, they plant trees. Wisconsin Department of Transportation has planted nearly 5,000 trees on improvement projects along roadsides and at the rest areas over the last 2 years. Trees provided numerous benefits, including reduce stormwater runoff and erosion, improve air quality, store and reduce carbon levels, add aesthetic and wildlife value to the environment. Wisconsin DOT staff focuses on planting trees in locations safely distanced from the highway and in urban communities, and at rest areas where there is more space for trees and lower road speeds. Learn more about proper tree planting techniques from our partners at the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. They got a brochure and everything you need to know for planting trees right here in Wisconsin. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up the digest. We're going to take a look back at a piece we did on the Amazon scams. There's a lot of Amazon scams out there. We want to keep you protected on that. We'll break that down for you next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready?
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Well, welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today for the Better Business Bureau right here in Southern Wisconsin. Or it's Southwest, I believe, if I was going to do it correctly. It's Tiffany Schultz. Tiffany, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
You know, I just think that you serve all of Wisconsin. So even though I say Southern Wisconsin, I think you're the all Wisconsin person, at least in my book. So you got my back if you need to reach out anywhere further in Wisconsin. Today we're talking about a lucky raffle. And boy, when we talk raffles and we're talking BBB, it's probably not a successful raffle as far as you're actually going to get something. You're going to get scammed out of something. And that's what we're going to talk about. And you actually received this scam. So even better, like it's coming right directly from somebody who's been affected. Not that you got scammed, but at least you received it. So tell us about this raffle from Amazon.
Once again, scammers are impersonating Amazon. Amazon is one of the top companies that scammers do impersonate because it seems real, and we all have Amazon accounts, right? So basically what happens is you get an unsolicited text message from Amazon saying, I'm going to read this to you. Congratulations, John M. Now this one came to me. My name's not John, and my last name does not start with an M. Although my husband's name is John, it's not spelled J-O-H-N, it's spelled J-O-N, and he has the same last name I do. So right there, we can see it's a scam. You came in second in March's Amazon EarPods raffle. Click this link to set shipment. So basically, I won some AirPods from them. Great, right? But what this really wants you to do is click that link for more information, more personal information about you, for the scammer to take that and scam you down the road. So if you do receive a text message like this, just go ahead and delete it. You did not win a raffle from Amazon.
Well, way to wreck my day, Tiffany. What if I did win something? Darn it! So a couple of things here. And these are things that are common in a lot of scams. The name is spelled wrong. The name doesn't even match. It came to you unsolicited, and finally, that it's this incentive of it's free, so we got to do it now. Tell us some things that relate to that, but of making sure that you don't make the mistake on these common things that come out of these scams.
The first thing that you have to do is think about if you opted in to receive text messages from a specific company. Companies are not allowed to send you text messages if you have not opted in. So if you haven't opted in, most likely it is a scam. Keep that in mind. Second place, like you had mentioned, know the classic signs of a text scam. So this one promises a reward. It asks you to click on a link. We don't know what it's asking for other than personal information. But if you do click on that link, it could possibly download malware or spyware to your phone or device as well. So, and then again, the name isn't even correct. It's from a known brand that tends to be impersonated, and I won something. I didn't even sign up for something to win. So definitely a scam going on here.
I'm suspecting that you folks track on BBB different types of scams that come out there for people who are just, maybe are seeing this interview for the first time and know, we talk about this stuff all the time, but for scams like this or other things out there, does Amazon put out, and I know the answer to this question, and I know the answer for the BB side, but Amazon puts out certainly some information on the scams. What does BBB put out there as far as information to alert folks of these types of any scam really, but specifically when these things come up?
We have a great tool that's out there called bbb.org/scam tracker. You can report these scams. You can also look to see what's going on out there on your own. So if you would get something like this, go to bbb.org/scam tracker. In the keyword function, you can type in Amazon or text scam, and you can see if other people have received something similar. Another thing that we do is we monitor this scam tracker tool, and we work with hosts of shows like you and other media outlets. We write newsletters. We get the information out to the media so that we can make you aware of what's going on in the marketplace to help keep you safe.
Yeah, I think that's important for people to know that we don't just talk about these topics just because we're looking for topics to talk about. A lot of the time when Tiffany comes on the show, it's specific, and I'm not glad that you got this text, but I'm glad that you're able to share this and we can talk about these things importantly. All right, so a few other things that to note here. A think before you click type of thing is so important, but how we got to get ourselves to think that way.
We're so click happy that, that's what we know. Click on the link. Somebody is looking for information, but we need to step back and think about why we're clicking, because one accidental click could download malware or spyware to your computer, or you can accidentally give some personal information to what turns out to be a scammer. So again, think before you click. Super important, because these links aren't links to nowhere. In a lot of cases, these links are designed to get something from you.
And another one that we're seeing, we hear it with the phone scams a lot, is if you don't want to receive this message anymore, you can opt out by pressing so-and-so. Is it good to interact even in a text message where it's saying, do you want to stop this from happening anymore? Like, do we really want to engage in those things?
Never engage. If you're not interested, hang up, because once you start pressing numbers, sometimes it'll say press 1 to end this call or press 9 to remove yourself from the list. You're not removing yourself from the list. What you're telling the scammer is that they have reached a working active phone number, and you're going to continue to receive more of this. We also recommend that you do not play with the scammer. Don't text back. Don't engage in conversation with them. A lot of people say, oh, I just like to have fun with them. You're not having fun with them. You are actually engaging with them, and you could get yourself caught in a threat.
Yeah, absolutely. You couldn't see me, but I went like this as she said it, because I am guilty of doing that sometimes, and it doesn't lead to anything good. So, and of course, I get more calls now, so it makes everybody unhappy around me. But finally, and most importantly, you do want these to be reported to BBB, no matter what the scam is. And why is that so important?
We want you to report it so we can get the information out there to other consumers in the marketplace. You can also report this specific scam to Amazon as well. They would like to know about it as well. They have an initiative to get behind scams. They are one of the most impostered companies. So definitely they don't want their name associated with things that are going on that don't represent them. And you can do that at stop-spoofing at Amazon.com.
I would have had a hard time saying that one too. So no fret on that. Tiffany, thank you so much for all the information today and sharing your personal story as well about receiving this tech stuff. People do want to learn any more information about BBB, the scam tracker, or reporting these things. Where can they go?
bbb.org, one-stop resource for you. Please go ahead and use it, and everything on there is free.
Tiffany, thank you so much for always taking the time. Great topics again this month, and we look forward to checking in with you as it gets warmer here in Wisconsin. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Check it out if you haven't gone, bbb.org. Like I said, I like that. It was a one-stop shop for all. Maybe that's going to be a new tagline for them or something. I don't know. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today from the Fitchburg Star, our best reporter that we know, Kimberly. Welcome back to the show, Kimberly. How you doing?
I am doing well, and I'm doing okay after my vaccine. I know you were worried last time I was going to turn into a mutant. Proud to report that I did not. I did not turn into a mutant.
Nor have I.
I had a cold for the first time in over a year, which was a very weird feeling. But that was about it.
It's a big panic attack. What is this? I got oh my gosh. Yeah, I can see that. Certainly see that.
I was like, what is it? What, sniffles and a runny nose? Like, what is this? So I've decided I do not like the common cold. So
I agree. I agree. And I've read some things on that too, because you start to think about, what's the long-term effect of us not sharing germs? Like, are we going to be, more susceptible? Experts say no, from what I've read, but never know. But that's not where we're here. We'll discuss that on our second episode of Jeremy and Kimberly talk about random stuff. We're here to talk about what's coming up or what's happened at the last Common Council meeting, and a lot to get to today. We'll start with the city administrator. Last time, the process was still working itself out. This time, we now know Chad Brecklin is taking on that role. So what have you learned, or what would you like to share with us on this new city administrator?
Yeah, so when we filmed 2 weeks ago, he was not official and had not even been announced yet, but at this point he's had his contract approved. So Chad Brecklin will be the next city administrator. He was chosen out of 4 finalists, and that was the former council was the one that had gone into closed session and discussed whether they'd like to hire him, and it was the new council with 3 new members that approved a contract with him. So for those of you wondering, he's the police chief. What are we going to do for a police chief? That will go to the Police and Fire Commission. And they're going to start meeting next month to figure out who his replacement will be while in the interim, and who his successor will be. So yeah.
It's going to be quite the process moving forward for him transitioning, and we'll keep everybody up to date on that from both ends here for media information. Lacey Road reconstruction, they're in the development stages here. What did we learn on Tuesday night?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different design elements to the Lacey Road reconstruction project. And it brought out a decent number of people who, either wanted to see, more trees being saved, or would like to see a larger emphasis on bikes and ensuring bike safety with the reconstruction of the road. So they proposed to just postpone it for another month, although you had a lot of alders and the mayor who cautioned, hey, we want to get this bid out. We want to get the design finalized so it can be bid out at a time when you're not competing against more significant jobs or larger jobs. Because if you have to go to a competitive bid process, that will end up costing more money in the long run. So from what I heard from the council meeting, it looks like they are wanting to get this going, but they also do want to take time to listen to more citizen concerns. So, and as you can tell, I have not had any coffee today because I am on the struggle bus today. So just bear with me.
It's coming together. Yeah, you can certainly go back and check out the meeting and hear the comments from everybody. Part of that good discussions coming out there on Tuesday night. Final one, and it's a big one for City Hall and the library and all of our departments. The reopening of these services. While we've been actively working behind the scenes, we're excited to be reopening to the public, and you have the details.
Yeah. So no offense, but I think people care a little bit more about the library. So I'm going to start there. Jeremy, I know that you don't work in the library, but I think people
I have an office over there. I have an office, just saying.
But so they are going to open up for an hour of in-person visits 3 days a week. So that basically means that people are being asked to limit their time at the library for an hour. And they're going to have those 3 days a week. So they'll do it on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Since the start of the pandemic, they've pretty much closed their doors, but then they have offered other services such as, drive-through pickup and activity pickup, but people will actually be allowed to come inside. So you will not be able to have toys, though. There are no touch screens. And unfortunately, you cannot pick up print newspapers. It's fine. This is a reason why we need the pandemic to end. But there will be other amenities that are also closed as well. The story time room, the quiet reading room, and meeting rooms will also remain closed. So really it's just for browsing and getting books for yourself. And then curbside pickup will still be an option for people who do not feel comfortable going into the library. They'll just have those on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays with the library closed on Sunday. So that's a lot of information about the library, but all important to know when you can go and what kind of services you can expect when you get there. So.
Yeah, they're calling it Express Library at this point. So it's kind of that express services until things, continue to get better. And that's the path we seem to be on. So excited for that. Over at City Hall, we will be opening our doors as well. Not by appointment. I mean, we still recommend appointments, but the doors will be reopening here. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so at the council meeting this last Tuesday, they talked about how they will likely, they're doing the soft opening kind of now, and then hope to have it open full-time as of the week of May 10th. So obviously we know with the pandemic, everything is subject to change. So, if cases were to go up again, knock on wood that they don't, they might reconsider plans. But as of May 10th, you can come into City Hall to pay registration fees, to pay other things. to pick up licenses, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm assuming, and you probably know more than I do, that staff will still be limited. So if there's a specific person you want, you might need to contact them first before actually going into the city hall and then finding out they're not there. But you'll at least be able to walk in at times that are not just public meetings. So
you are correct. Appointments are good, but we all departments need to staff and have people available. So everybody is gearing up for that as well. So, but the work never stops at City Hall, as you know. So very excited to open that up and have people back in. And we'll say hi. And I want to put out a special note too that Fact TV, at the time the City Hall opens, will go out of our emergency broadcast, which we've been in since the pandemic first started. So it's our only emergency broadcast we've ever been in, and we've been in it for over a year. So excited to move forward to more programming on Fact TV, and we'll still keep doing the safety updates. And you're right too. We're all about safety, so we're following whatever the guidelines from Public Health of Madison-Dane County, the state, and federal. So it's been quite the thing, but excited to see what's going on. Kimberly, thank you so much. For people who want to find out more information on any of the stuff you're working on, where can they do that?
Yeah, so our website, connectfitchburg.com, is updated, if not daily, weekly. And there is a little box when you get on any of our articles or our homepage that will say join our Fitchburg Star newsletter. If you're interested, those will come to your inbox every Thursday. So it's the best way to stay up to date on Fitchburg in between our print product that comes to your doorstep once a month. So
fantastic. Well, Kimberly, stay safe out there. Glad you're all vaccinated, and we'll check back in a couple of weeks and see if you've changed at all.
Fingers crossed.
Well, I assume I'd make the change first and, vaccinated before you. So we'll see. But either way, thank you so much for your time, Kimberly. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, wrapping up the show for today. I want to thank Kimberly for the Fitchburg Star. I always love talking with her, and we just have fun when we get together, and I hope you see that when we do these interviews. And then want to thank Tiffany from Better Business Bureau helping us out as well. And please report those scams. If you hear or part of or victim of a scam, you got to report it, whatever you do. That's the only way we're going to stop these thieves from collecting and taking and just being dumb. I don't know if that's a newsworthy saying, but I'm saying it anyway. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy and take us with you if you're heading out.